Currently living in Southern California against Millennium Stephano, our French superstar Zerg.
The fact that Beasty is here playing in this tournament at all is a tribute to how well his time here in the U.S. has been treating him. He qualified through the Open tournament, played in the same qualifier as Dongrengu, still managed to win it. Now is top 16 after beating Morrow in the wild card playoffs, which is another pretty
I think that was a very big win. I mean, I like both Beasty and Morrow a lot, so I was kind of neutral there. I was like, oh, we'll just wait and see what happens. But I actually kind of thought that Morrow was going to take it, certainly because Morrow in NASL has always been strong, man. He made it to the final 8 of NASL Season 2. I remember at the first round he took out Mana 3-0 back then on lane. And in the second round he lost to Torzan, but still it was already a very good season for Morrow. This season again, I believe Morrow finished the regular season 6-2. Just he's always strong, and Morrow takes the NASL very seriously. Really does some homework for his upcoming matches. So I was really surprised to hear that Beasty won that series 3-1, despite knowing what a great talent player Beasty is.
I will say this though: it is never an enviable position to be the guy that has to play whoever comes through the Open tournament. No, because that is always going to be a good player, no matter what.
Yeah, but then again, anyone who makes it to the playoffs in the NASL is going to be a good player too. Certainly, I think next season, Ben, right now, at least, I believe 12 players are dropping out of the season, is that correct? Right. So 12 players dropping out, 12 new guys joining in. We're going to host those qualifiers later on. You're going to hear all about it, but just imagine.
There's already been 2 of them, right?
Only 1.
No, because where did that other guy come from?
Yeah, the same qualifier.
Really?
Galaxy, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, same qualifier.
Okay, cool. So, okay, well then there's 2 more qualifiers or 3 more qualifiers? Because if only 3 people come through each qualifier and 12 people drop out, we have to.
Yeah, well, if only 3 come, but maybe next time 4 come, maybe 3 times 4.
Man, we don't know what the hell. We don't know what the hell's going on.
No, because it's not completely decided yet. In any case, you guys will hear all about new qualifiers, and next season, Ben, I think our player lineup is going to be pretty damn sick. I can't wait to host those qualifiers. I can't wait to see who's going to make it to our league, because that's how it's starting to feel, Ben. It's kind of our league.
And the bottom line, Kev, the next qualifier is the one that we host, so we all know it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be sick. It's going to be like bottles, pitches, everything. And some StarCraft.
Did you really just
We should host it live at home, sir.
Did you really just say that?
Yes.
We should. We should do that. We'll just stay an extra 2 days and do it from Den's house.
I say, Den, it's time to host a qualifier. Dennis will be down, you know.
Den is always down.
You know what Dennis is. Dennis is the Dennis Galen is like as much esport as Twitch TV is. Like he's down for everything as long as
it's so true.
As long as it helps esports.
We'll do the qualifier after Home Story Cup. We might be a little hungover, but it'll still be esports.
As long as we show up, it's gonna be fine.
What is esports if not a hangover? I mean, Stephano is a tribute to that.
Overlord is going to spot this no gas fast expand opening from Beasty, or maybe he dropped the command center after the refineries. In any case, he's going to follow this up with some Hellions. Ben, Antigua Shipyard is going to be map number 2 here in our second best of 5 today. And once more, I'm expecting a macking Beasty.
Yeah, you know, this is the map that I think best plays to Beasty's style in our map pool. You can sit back, you can slowly turtle over 3 base, you can make that ultimate army, and then you can just kind of do whatever the hell you want with it. That said, while this is a map that Terrans have always loved playing against Zerg, and Zerg has often feared against Terran, this is also Stephano's favorite map for ZVT, believe it or not.
Yep, he stated that several times, and a lot of people were confused about it. But if you watch him play, Ben, his playstyle is always refreshing on Antigua. I love how he often makes Ultralisk work on this map, circling Infestor into Ultras. Stephano just makes it work. He swarms around the middle, and then he just comes like... It's kind of like this one movie, how's it called?
Starship Troopers.
No, it's not like Starship Troopers.
Lord of the Rings.
No, Quarantine or something? It's like where...
Quarantine?
Yeah.
How is it anything like Quarantine?
I don't know.
That's the movie where the...
With the fireman that they get locked up in that house.
What?
Yeah, I forgot.
What are you talking about?
Just let it go, Ben.
Braveheart.
No, it's not like
Gladiator.
Braveheart. No, it's like where the people are infested.
Days of Thunder.
No. You're hopeless. Yes, it's exactly like Top Gun. Stephano is Tom Cruise, and like
and he's dangerous.
he really is. Stephano's gonna drop the Roach Wine here around 50 supply. We see the Banshee follow up by Beasty, and we saw the Muslim versus Red just a few days ago, Ben, and we saw how much damage you can do with Hellions on one side and Banshees, eventually Cloak Banshees, as it looks like right now, because Beasty is researching Cloak. On the other side, you might be able to kill a ton of drones and actually slow Zerg down a little bit, and I really feel that's crucial, because if you don't slow Zerg down on Antigua, the entire map is going to be covered in creep.
You know what I like about Stephano's play? We're
Everything.
We're in a first Hellions poking up, managing to kill a creep tumor. Nice little move there by Beasty, but a couple more behind it, so I don't think Stephano's going to mind too much. The thing that I like about Stephano's play is that the metagame, the ZVT metagame, has shifted a little bit. Wow, look at this blind Spore Crawler. What has Stephano seen to prompt this Spore Crawler? He hasn't seen anything, Kevin.
No, he has seen Hellions, and often something that comes together with Hellions are Banshees. I mean, it's not really.
You know what else
surprise.
comes together with Hellions? Every other opener that Terran does.
If you say so. I don't think it's super weird. I just think it's thinking ahead. And this Spore Crawler is going to be useful throughout the entire game, so why wait for it? Spore Crawlers are excellent in defending drops as well, so I just think it's very smart.
He's only building the one there in his main base, so oh no, second one going to go down in his natural. Really, what has he seen, Kev? He's only seen Hellions. That is literally the only thing that Stephano has seen. I'm impressed at this read that he's making.
Stephano might be a great poker player as well, man. Even though drinking and gambling doesn't go very well together. I'm one to speak for that. So I would be surprised if Stephano can pull it off.
The point I wanted to make a while ago was that in spite of the fact that the ZVT metagame has shifted, Stephano still does what Stephano does, right? He hasn't changed his play at all. He's still getting just the 3 queens for the 3 bases, and you know, and he's making it work here. So we'll see. We'll see how this plays out as the game transitions.
2 Banshees are making their way over, and these Roaches are going to spot these Banshees. There's a Spore Crawler over here. So even Cloak is not going to be all that useful. This Queen is actually taking a lot of damage and is going to fall immediately. I don't think Stephano should have brought it down there. We still have 3 Queens left. They're all over here. And there's a Spore Crawler. Ooh, Beasty taking a lot of damage on his first Queen.
Yep, loses about half the HP on one of those Banshees. We'll be able to come over here into the main base where that second Spore Crawler is a little bit too far back. Queens don't have vision at the moment, but with another Spore finishing, these Banshees are a little bit trapped. They need to get out of there. BC's done a good job. He's killed 6 drones now, but does 6 drones justify a double Banshee opening with Cloak? I'm not sure.
Not yet. There's one more Banshee on the way. But those Banshees are going to help out defending against those Roaches as well. BC's playing this very safe. This turret Orbiter has been ready for quite a while. Look at the production tab, by the way. 15 drones now on the way for Stephano.
That's crazy.
Stephano felt that, okay, you're opening Banshees, so then I probably have a little bit of time to build additional drones. And yes, Stephano, that is correct. And he's building a ton of them.
Everything else Stephano is doing is exactly what we would expect. 2-2 upgrades, melee and carapace, infestation pit, macro hatch. This is tried and true Stephano style, man. Infesterling into ultra. It's what he does, and he does it very, very well.
These Hellions are going to say hello to these Roaches right now, so the Banshee is going to have free reign over these Roaches. Not sure what Stephano wants to achieve with this. These Roaches are not going to be able to do a whole lot. Stephano's just kind of blindly sacrificing them.
Yeah, Tank on the high ground doing a good job adding extra damage, and that was a great little exchange for Beasty. Gets an army and doesn't have to pay anything for it, so good stuff. Hive still hasn't started for Stephano, so Ultras are at least a little while.
That was very uncharacteristic, because normally when Stephano sacrifices some units, I always feel that it's sort of for the greater good. He at least gets something out of it. The only thing you can say that he at least saw what kind of units that Beasty had, and I believe that he spotted this Orbital as well, but he could have spotted it a little bit later with this Overlord too, so questionable decision there by Stephano to just rally those Roaches across the map.
Stephano's creep spread also a bit slower than what we've been getting used to in modern day ZVT. He's about, I mean, he's connected his bases, but that's really about all. 3 more Banshees about to go into the main base of Stephano from Beasty. This hatch is a bit exposed, Kevin. I think Beasty could maybe kill this hatch.
BC starts working on this Queen. He has to be careful. Spore Crawler is going to do a lot of damage to his Banshees. Queen stays alive. Well done right there by Stephano.
Overseer is also there, so Transfuse goes down. Another Queen popping out. BC, you want to get out of there with these Banshees. That is a ton of Queens.
BC does pick off one queen in the end, and he didn't lose a single Banshee, so far so good for our Serbian Terran player. But 2-2 ban is already ready for Stephano, and it's been pretty much uncontended. Stephano at 70 drones right now. The only thing he doesn't have yet, which you would normally be worried about, is a 4th base going up. Other than that, I think everything is pretty okay for Stephano.
His hive just now starting as well. It's 13 minutes, 30 seconds on that hive. A lot of queens out, and I think we will see a 4th going down pretty soon. Probably going to take 6 o'clock if I had to make a wager. And using all these extra queens to just come out, put down new tumors, realizing that his creep spread's a little bit lacking at this point in the game. And I love that he's got the Overseer grouped with his queens, Kev. It just gives him that extra little boost against Banshees if you were to catch him out in the middle of the map.
4th command center going up for Beasty. Beasty has a few Marauders in the mix as well. Aliens are going to spot his army. I hope for Stephano.
Queen push? Or what is this?
It's not going to work because BC has tanks so well positioned. Look at all these tanks, man. That's brilliant positioning by Beasty. Tank on the high ground, tank on the high ground, and tank on the high ground over here in the main base. These tanks are very well spread out. Stephano is going to have to be really careful.
What are these queens doing? I don't understand. It's just Infestor Queen push with some roaches. Looks like Stephano's just really
Stephano does what Stephano does.
He's got his heart set on making an attack. I really think Stephano just trolls when he plays StarCraft.
Yes, but this is Stephano. Are you really going to go for it? Look how extremely good the positioning is from Beasty.
Yeah, he's got tanks everywhere. Banshees as well. Hellions Cloak going down. I think the Overseer's dead. Infested Terrans and Fungals going down all over the place. But this attack does not look like it is ever going to bear fruit. Beasty, even with a nice little supply depot wall there, sieging up more tanks. Stephano's killed some units, but I mean, he's running out of steam here, Kev.
Yep, this one siege tank is going to fall right now, and all there is left over here then is that bunker. These medevacts are a little bit misrallied. These queens are doing surprisingly well.
What the hell is this push? And look at the reinforcements coming in here from Stephano. More Zerglings coming up, and he's actually making this work. The queens have killed all the Banshees. No. Bunker is completely surrounded by SCVs, but they're not repairing right now. BC, you need to repair your bunker. Yeah, a couple of tanks and some bio coming down to try and stop the bleeding, but Beasty's in a bit of trouble as Stephano's continuing to stream in with more and more units. Queens are just transfusing forever. What the hell are we witnessing right now? Finally, Stephano says, okay. I'll back up and build something else.
A lot of siege tanks right now for Beasty, and Stephano's going to end up losing all of these queens, and it all came down to this one single bunker that he was never able to kill. Otherwise, he didn't have to be so close to this ramp. Nice hold eventually by Beasty, but I actually thought it was going to be a little bit easier for him.
Yeah, I did too. He took some pretty substantial damage. He lost a lot of siege tanks, and that's actually a huge deal. I mean, the siege tank is the backbone of that Terran army, and as we can see, Stephano is going right up into those ultras that we talked about in the very beginning. Ultraless Cavern, you know it's upgrading when it's chewing.
But the biggest problem is, man, Stephano never dropped that additional hatch, and that's kind of weird because he's been on 1,000 minerals for quite a while, even during that fight. Now he's going to drop that 4th base. Wow, there is a Banshee over here from Beasty straight away. And since most of the queens fell for Stephano, he went from 9 to 3 queens.
Still enough for injects, though.
It's going to take a little while.
Beasty out on the map right now. Looks like he just wants to secure a 4th base. He needs to be really careful not to overextend. Although, I mean, there's not that many units out for Stephano, just Infestors and Zerglings. But he does have Ultras in production, and Ultras, 3/3 Ultras are really good.
BC has 2 upgrades on his bio units. 3/3 is on the way, as you guys can see. +3 for his tanks are on the way as well. And right now, Ben, all that Stephano has is 85 Zerglings, 2 Ultras, and 8 Infestors.
Oh, and he's going to go ahead and force a fight, attacking right into these siege tanks. Planetary morphing at the 4th base, but it's not done yet. Look at this army of Stephano. Just Zerglings crushing through everything. And it actually does not make sense that this is working. BCE, will he stabilize? More Ultras and Lings showing up. Lots more units in production. Great fungals by Stephano.
Oh, this is such a key fungal. Insane. All of the bio units, those medevacts are going to fall as well. Still has some infested Terrans. He's one Ultra. He's like, oh, I want to take you. Jump.
Marines coming off a single SCV, repairing as fast as he possibly can, but he just doesn't have enough nails, Kev.
The planetary is indeed going to fall. It was a pretty risky decision by Stephano to commit to that, but just somehow everything works when you're Stephano. Fungals landing, taking out a couple of bio units, and medevacts falling as well, but still Beasty might be able to stabilize. He has a lot of tanks.
He does have a lot of tanks, but But I mean, Stephano has a lot of everything else. One more tank falling. Ultras continuing to push forward, and these are 5 armor Ultras, Kev. That means Marines, they only tickle, and that's with +3 upgrades.
Tickle.
Yeah, I mean, really, Stephano.
But they have +2 right now.
Beastie really needs Marauders, is what he needs to.
He had quite a few Marauders, but they kind of all died.
I don't think he's ever had that many.
First push, he had quite a bit, but they kind of got swarmed by Zerglings.
Lings are pretty good against Marauders. Stephano does have a 4th base. It's not a big 4th base. There's only 6 mineral patches and a single gas there. Oh, Banshee flying right into infested Terrans.
Where are we talking?
Right in the middle of the map. It's dead now.
I missed it.
It's okay, man.
Shame on me.
It happens. Happens to the best of us, Kev. BC down to 120 supply against 160. His main is almost mined out. His natural is almost mined out. His 3rd is thinning rapidly. Beastie's in trouble, and he really needs to make something happen. And I don't know how he's going to do it, Kev, as Stephano just looks to have a vice grip on this game. For
the first time in this game, Beastie is going to try to drop, even though you could say that he didn't have many opportunities to drop, since he was pretty active with the Banshees, was trying to be active with the Hellions, but that all faded away kind of easy. Beastie killed an insane amount of units this game, 415, but almost all of those were Zerglings, and as we all know, Zerglings are pretty cheap, certainly when you have the economy of Stephano. Stephano not mining as much as he did before either, but Stephano is basically down to 1.5 base right now. As you said, this doesn't really count as a full base, so Stephano's going to have to be careful too. He can't take too much damage from drops like this.
I don't think he's at any risk of taking any damage at all, man. He's got plenty of units in position. Beastie knows it. Evacuates, leaves Billy and Johnny behind, but everybody else gets out to fight another day.
Scouting Johnny on the top side of the map is starting to work on this hatch. He's like, how are Billy and Johnny doing? Are they still doing fine? And yeah.
Look, he's just like chilling. A couple of little doggies show up. No!
Damn pit bulls.
Bad day to be that guy.
Need to take out one doggy, man. Animal cruelty.
Send that guy to jail. His name, you know what his name was?
Johnny.
Michael Vick.
No, I said Johnny.
No, it was Michael Vick.
Everything has to be your way. It's not fun playing with you.
No, I shot you. I dodged the bullet.
Yeah,
you can't dodge
I can imagine
bullets.
if you grew up with Ben at elementary school, he was a super annoying kid. Everything
no,
had
man,
to go
I was
his
a
way.
nice kid.
Couple of ultras,
I was
I'm
a
gonna
really
say.
cute kid.
BC is slowly but steady moving forward. I'm not sure if now he can land.
I love how
this
Stephano makes in-game engagements, Kev. Look how he's like splitting up his units constantly. Whenever there's another fight, Stephano's going to come in from every angle. You can see him already responding to this drop that BC's trying to unload.
Yep,
But it's just
and you see, Ben, this is that very first sport crawler from the start of the game. He's going to pick up a medevac right now.
Man, it's still relevant 24 minutes later. It's like a movie. You saw 28 days later?
Oh, a lot of infested Terrans, man, being spawned on the south side of this planetary fortress. Some fungus going down as well. Beastie trying desperately to secure his fourth base, which he needs, because, as you said, he's running thin, but it seems like Stephano wants to roll in.
Pure Ultralisk Infester, and I feel like if Beastie had enough Marine Marauder, he'd be okay. There's a lot of siege tanks here. Stephano, I think, questionable that he commits to this engagement, but he is going to go ahead and do it. More Zerglings coming in, Ultras coming in from every angle. All the Infestors, or a lot of the Infestors, have died. And
beautiful micro here.
Yeah, they're well controlled on both sides, especially by Beastie. The Ultras do retreat. I love this one tank on this little, whatever you want to call it, the porch tank. Beastie maybe overextending a little bit with these Marines, going to push all the way into the center of the map and gets caught for doing so.
This was the tank that Ben was talking about. This is a safe tank, man.
Yeah, man, he's just like having a barbecue, and he sees like Ultras.
Oh, Stephano just swarms around this planetary fortress, and none of SCVs left. The planetary is going to fall once more, so despite all the nice microing that BC did, he's going to be in another economic crisis, man, as all that he has left are these 3 mineral patches.
The one thing that BC has sort of failed to do this game, like he's in an okay job of defending what Stephano's thrown at him, but he's failed to prevent Stephano from expanding past 3 bases. You really have to keep his Zerg off 4 base. And as we see him trying to do that right now, he's going to get caught once again by Infestors and Ultras. Medevacs load up. Not much energy on these Infestors. But I don't think he'll kill the Medevacs. They're going to get away. There's not enough.
Just the fact that he landed it.
So Beastie saves a handful of units there. But still, man, this little ball of units from Stephano is really, really scary.
Army supply is actually quite close.
Yeah, 72 to 79. Ultras still trying to find good fights. Stephano just going to disengage there. Beastie needs to see this base at the top right, and he needs to cancel it. If he can do that, I think he can stick around. But, oh, first brood boards are morphing.
Stephano miscontrolling one of those ultras a little bit, but yes, Ben, you're right. The first ultras are morphing. A couple of SCVs getting fungled as well. Nice fungles as always by Stephano. Man, look at these SCVs. They're like, ah!
Critically, BC only has 30 workers. He's losing a few of those right now.
SCV love. We're both sick, but hang in there.
That's us, man. That's us. We're like fucking mining minerals and stuff, and it's like fungal goes off. It's okay, bro. I'll repair you.
I don't know. I don't know if I would repair you. I'll probably drill. I would attack move while you're repairing me. Broodlord's floating into the middle of the map, and look at these SCVs taking a ton of damage from these tanks, and Beasty knows immediately that it's curtains for him. He has no answer to these Broodlords, and didn't have any economy to answer the Broodlords.
Stephano just keeps coming. Stephano is a zombie apocalypse. He really is. Just units.
It's a lot. The first push. What was that first push, man? Can you summarize
that? What was that? I can't. Are you kidding me? Can you summarize that first push?
Yeah, the Queen Relisk push.
Yeah, it didn't even. Oh, actually, it did. I was gonna say it didn't even do anything, but it actually killed like 5 tanks.
Yeah, it killed quite a bit, and it's most importantly, I think it slowed Beasty down really a lot, and it disallowed Beasty from moving forward to the middle of the map and really take control.
I think the really cool thing about the push, as ridiculous as it was it came at like the time that Stephano wanted to transition, and that's the time when Terran wants to be like, hey, I'm gonna start putting pressure on you while you're trying to transition. But in this case, Stephano said, well, if I just attack with queens, that buys me the time to transition up into 3/3 Zerglings and 5/3 Ultras. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
It's just always the same thing with Stephano. He just does something which I really feel that Stephano, he doesn't do homework. He doesn't prepare.
No, of course
just
not.
he starts the game and then he makes his first few drones. He's like SD, SD, and he's like, what if I make a push with queens and lings and roaches? Yeah, good.
No,
they are good.
Okay, yeah. He has that. They are really, really good.
They are good.
They are really, really good.
Yes.
Yeah, but he thinks about it, and like those little like cogs that are inside of his afro kind of spin a little bit, and then the light bulb comes on. And he says, "Yes, that will work," and he does it.
And most of the time it does. Anyway, guys, we're gonna take a small commercial break, and we'll be right back with game number 3 between Empire, BeastyQT, and Stephano. Will Beasty be able to do the same thing as Hero was able to do in our first best of 5? Stick around, and you'll see.